Andrea, thank you. And we're joined here, of course, by Rachel Maddow, host of Air America, and also an MSNBC analyst. And Rachel, what about how will Democrats look at this meeting today? Essentially, 30 party leaders are deciding the fate of 2.3 million Democrats who have voted in Florida and Michigan. Hillary Clinton's got out her protesters today. How will people look at this meeting?
Well, the funny thing is that these 30 Democrats, these 30 sort of VIPs in the Democratic Party, have already decided the fate of Florida and Michigan. Remember, they're assessing their previous ruling on this very issue, which remains contested both by Senator Clinton's campaign and by Florida and Michigan. The strategic impulses here are so interesting to look at because you have to look at what people are saying, and then you have to look at what you think they really mean. The Clinton campaign's initial demand was that they thought they would be satisfied with seating half the delegates. And then within a week, that shifted to, no, that would be completely unacceptable and unjust and a travesty, and they must seat all of the delegates. So there's something going on beyond what they're just saying they want. There's a lot of strategy involved here.
I think one of the key questions today, if Hillary Clinton's campaign does not get what they want, and they have said they want a full seating of the Michigan and Florida delegates, what will they do? They have had conference calls about this week, and Harold Ickes, who is leading up her efforts, has said, when asked that question, quote, "We think it's not useful to cross streams before we come to them." Mm-hmm. Could Hillary Clinton, after what happens today, still take this to the convention?
Yes. And if I had to guess and predict what was going to happen, I'd say that was the goal of the Clinton campaign at this point. In those conference calls, they've also described an appeal to the Credentials Committee, which is sort of the next senior level of Democratic rules making. They've described that appeal as automatic unless they have this issue fully resolved. And we know they've defined fully resolved as getting all of Michigan and Florida seated. Well, getting all of Michigan and Florida seated probably isn't even possible today. Mm-hmm. Probably isn't even within the realm of possibility. Democratic lawyers ruled this week that the Rules and Bylaws Committee can only seat half. Mm-hmm. So if they're defining at the outset today's outcome as not something that will satisfy them, then we should expect that it will go to credentials. And if it goes to credentials, de facto, it does go to the convention.
Rachel Maddow, and thank you. We're going to turn it back over now to Andrea.